whatever technician that changed the oil that then put into the computer to report to Carfax said that the vehicle had 79,000 kilometers on it.
Which it did. What you got?
It's a Carfax report.
Now what are you doing with it?
Well, I recently had a customer tell me that the only way that they trust a vehicle is what the Carfax says.
Did you explain to them what if the Carfax is wrong or lying?
What do you mean, Phil?
Well, you know, those things aren't 100% accurate.
And the Carfax never tells you the full story.
That's right.
I'm Ryan Leverett.
I'm Phil Menzak.
And this is Car Buying 101, where we give you the insider's secrets, the insider's guide on how to save time, save money, and have a better experience next time you buy a car.
Yeah, and that way, number one thing is you can avoid those really costly mistakes that can cost you thousands of dollars.
So, true story, this is a true Carfax of a 2018 Ford Fiesta.
Quick thing though, Carfax is a Canada thing where it's the background, history, inspection, accidents. They might be different in different parts of the States and things like that.
Yeah, they've got them in the States too, but there
Yeah.
is a slight difference in
Yeah.
Carfax Canada, Carfax United States. But they're generally all the same. But true story, this is a 2018 Ford Fiesta, and this is the Carfax for it. We got this from an estate sale. This was a husband and wife, and the husband, this was his daily driver in his retirement. He just drove it around town like once a week to go have A&W coffee with his buddies. He put like 5,000 kilometers on it. He passed away. The wife then decided to put the vehicle in her personal name. She drove it for a little while longer. She went and got an oil change at a place called the Great Canadian Oil Change, which is like a Mr. Lube, one of those kind of corner oil change places. And whatever technician that changed the oil that then put into the computer to report to Carfax said that the vehicle had 79,000 kilometers on it.
Which it did.
No. The husband drove it for like 5,000 kilometers. She drove it for like another 5,000 kilometers. Today, the vehicle sitting on our lot, it only has 18,000 kilometers, but the Carfax says it has 79,000 kilometers.
Who do you get to spin back the odometer? Like,
Oh my gosh. Hey, guys, listen.
Can't be done.
Odometer tampering is a thing of the past. That's something from 20, maybe 30 plus years ago. It is so hard.
back when you could get the cable out.
Yeah, and actually wind it back. It doesn't happen anymore. Odometers are all electronic now. We can tell if something's been tampered with. Odometer tampering is a thing of the past. Most likely, it's human error. It's data entry. And I actually worked at an Acura dealership where this became such a problem that the dealership stopped reporting to Carfax. So think about this. Every new vehicle that we sold that was then serviced at our dealership, that was then traded into our dealership, on the Carfax report had no maintenance records. And the interesting thing about a place like that, where I could pull up the maintenance records and show a customer, I could prove that the Carfax was wrong.
Yeah.
Just because the dealership didn't report to the Carfax. And listen, guys, you need to understand Carfax or any other insurance reporting institution, they are a separate company.
Yeah.
They're not run by the government or anything like that. They're their own company. And if the dealership has a human error data entry issue, Carfax doesn't really care because dealerships are paying literally hundreds of dollars on every vehicle to pull these and then give them to you. So Carfax is making their money.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, listen, we're not saying don't look at the Carfax. But it's just one tool. Another thing that you need to understand is that because this is only one tool, dealerships are required to do a safety inspection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're required to provide you with said safety inspection on that vehicle. And guess what, Phil? Mechanics are paid to find?
They're there to find money or problems.
Yeah,
Which is basically the
it's
same
basically
thing.
money.
Yeah.
And the sales department in a dealership is the service department's number one customer. A lot of people don't understand this. When someone trades in a vehicle, the sales department is responsible for paying to have the oil change, to have a safety inspection done, and anything that vehicle needs to have fixed to be fixed. So the sales department is paying the service department to fix the vehicle. Do you think that the service department's not going,
of course,
cha-ching,
of course,
thank you, sales department.
Yeah.
Mechanics are there to find problems.
And every dealership I've ever worked at, the sales guys were always talking about how the mechanics, it's like they break out the magnifying glass. They're looking for any little thing wrong that
That's
they can
right.
get.
And I mean, this is kind of a separate video, but you guys need to understand that when you get a safety inspection from a dealership, it's pretty legit.
Yeah.
Because that mechanic that looked it over, their ticket is on the line,
Yep.
and they get paid to find and fix problems.
Yeah.
And the sales department's their number one customer.
But it's a different thing when they're inspecting it for a person versus they're inspecting it for the sales department. When they're inspecting it for the sales department, they're looking harder.
Honestly, they are.
Yeah.
The sales department probably pays more per inspection than
yeah.
a customer walking in the door ever would.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And this is why you need to look at the full picture. Look at the Carfax, look at the safety inspection, go and test drive the vehicle, get the history on the vehicle. If there's maintenance records, look at those.
Yep.
We're not telling you guys not to look at the Carfax. What we're trying to warn you against is trusting this with full sincerity, because it is only one piece of the puzzle when you're going in to buy a pre-owned vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And on the Carfax, you're going to have accidents. You're going to have, and it's literally one of the first categories right here, accidents and damages, which this vehicle doesn't have any. Now, like 20 years ago, the government mandated that dealerships had to report to a potential customer any damage that's over $2,000. Now, most dealerships, especially ones that I've worked at and work at now, will report an accident that's $1. We're going to let you know about it because we want to be fully transparent. But here's the thing. The accident and damage claim amount that's on that accident report includes labor, parts, and taxes.
Yeah.
So that number can grow so high, especially with the technology that's in vehicles nowadays.
You break one of those little beepy sensors in your bumper. Like, I'm not kidding you.
Talk about vehicles that have sensors, cameras, and radar in the front bumper.
Yeah.
You rock into a curb hard enough,
Yeah.
you're replacing all the above.
Yeah.
You're getting not only a new bumper, painted,
Yeah.
color matched, and then all of those technology pieces
That's probably
replaced.
10,
that's
15
probably
grand.
10 grand.
Yeah.
So in our industry, we don't worry about accidents on a Carfax unless it probably is about 10 grand plus.
And just to show you how crazy it is, so when I had a demo, a lady hit my bumper, and she wasn't like, it was like, oh, I think somebody hit me. And there was a smudge, like a smudge kind of crease of a color in this plastic bumper. Yeah. And she was a good person. She paid for the damage she did. That alone was $300 to fix. Like,
Just a smudge.
Just a smudge. The guy came and he basically painted it and matched it. It was $300.
I had a guy, he's got a 24 Equinox and he wants to trade it in. And the car on trade is worth about 30 grand normally. And then I go and pull the Carfax. $25,000 claim. And I'm like, dude, I can't give you 30 grand anymore. You got a $25,000 claim against your car. And he's like, hold on. I've got pictures of the accident. And he showed it to me, and he was hit from behind with a like an Amazon van.
Oh yeah.
And so this Equinox, it's a SUV hatchback. They had to replace the back hatch itself.
Oh yeah.
The hydraulics, because it was a power tail liftgate.
Right.
The bumper, the sensors, the rear camera, that all added up to 25 grand.
Wow.
Repaint and color match it to the rest of the vehicle. And I looked at the pictures and I went, there's no way that's 25 grand. But again, folks, that vehicle, so we ended up completing the deal, took the vehicle in on trade, put it through a safety inspection, needed nothing.
Yeah.
So that's, again, why you don't just trust the Carfax or look at it and go, and I get this all the time too, customers looking at a pre-owned vehicle and they're like, does it have an accident? Because I want a vehicle that doesn't have an accident. It's like, but what if the accident was nothing?
Yeah. That's
Like
really
if it's got frame damage or
That's
like if it's written off, I would never buy a written off vehicle, a salvage vehicle. I would never buy something that's got frame damage. Those are major red flags. But if it has an accident, don't just write off the vehicle as an option. Get the full story.
Yeah.
Look at what the dealership has to offer above and beyond just the Carfax. Test drive the vehicle yourself. Feel the vehicle, do the scratch-sniff test, get in there, drive it, feel it, make sure you love it before you sign anything. And ultimately, find a salesperson that you trust, because there are dealerships out there and salespeople that will lie to you about all the above. It happens all the time. Every industry is full of professionals and flakes. Go find yourself a professional and get more than just one piece of the puzzle.
I do have a question for you though. Does that mustache help you with the scratch-sniff test?
Absolutely. All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.
Yeah.